Small Town Scuttlebutt.
I'm proud to say I've never lowered myself to do anything like that.
Well, everyone went a little crazy at some point in a relationship during the breakup, myself included. Everyone's done it. I talked about it. Remember, like I fought with the guys doing cocaine. I went into their fucking mic. Episode 227.
And the mic is still broken.
Fucking mic issues. Damn, the fucking engineering department. I put a ticket in like a year ago. You still have to do that, you guys at work?
Oh, yeah, of
course.
Ticket. Oh, it's still worse.
Sounds archaic. High-tech stuff. Put in a ticket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They won't even talk to you without a ticket.
Yeah. I love that. You got to be friends with your IT person because when you're tight with your you pick up lunch once in a while because you know what? Fuck the ticket scandal. You get to go around the back door because you and Bill are buddies.
Yeah.
Or Alicia. It can be a woman too.
But it's never a woman.
No, it's never. But women know better to be like, you want to sit in a room with no windows and fucking wait a second. That's what we're doing. I'm sitting in a windowless room.
This is our little casino.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I kind of feel like we just sort of jumped into nothing really, just saying hi and how you doing.
Hi, hello, good. How are you?
Yeah, off to a good year. I feel bad. I mean, let's take a pause.
Okay.
And appreciate some things.
Okay.
This is not funny. This is like reflective. And remember, keep your side of the street clean and all that. I'm going to go forth for the remainder of today and whatnot, just realizing that the most beautiful place in the United States of America is on fire.
I know.
And there are people, and there's even animals. Like
it's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's terrible.
It's fucking awful. Have you ever? I've always said, if someone came to me and said, "Hey, I got like 3 weeks in the United States. I want to land in one airport. I want to go on a road trip, see as much of it, in person, on the ground, boots on the ground. We're gonna go explore.
Yep.
And then I want to take off from another airport, just drop off the car. I'd say, okay, I've got it. This is the best thing you should do. You should land in San Francisco. If you want to go to wine country, knock your socks off. Yosemite, one of the best national parks, only 2 hours away. So go hit that up. Go hang out in San Francisco. There's a triangle of stuff up there. Then come down the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah.
You have to go south. So the ocean's on the right side of the road. And take your time. Like, there's a campground here.
Yep.
There's a bed and breakfast there. I mean, you literally could go, Hearst Castle, let's pull in here. Spend half a day. I mean, don't have a time. Like, just kind of know what's ahead of you. It's just a one-way direction. There's things coming up. And plan what you like to see. I mean, I went, okay, I am confident there's only one guy in this room who can say that they fucking moonwalked in front of the Neverland Ranch gate, buzzing the bell, waiting for someone to answer.
you might be honest.
Yeah, that was me, bro.
Yeah.
Because me and my friend were like, we got to go find it. And as we were going, and if you want to know where it is.
Yeah.
It's like around Bakersfield, maybe. But in what was the movie with Paul Giamatti about wine and Merlot sales?
Sideways?
Yeah, Sideways.
Yeah.
So you know that
memory.
place, that restaurant with like the mill?
No, I didn't see the movie.
Windmill, the
I
restaurant.
don't remember.
Well, it's near there, by the way.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, it's like a mile. It's a mile from there. So when you're in, you start seeing things like I know that this was a Cadillac commercial site. This is an El Matador Beach. This is a Subaru commercial.
Well, California, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
that's where they do all the filming.
It's beautiful. You got redwoods and Pfeiffer State Beach, and you've got like El Matador Beach, and these houses literally on the beach. Like here in New England, like our beach is a road.
Yeah.
Out there, they don't have, because California is so on top of environmental protection. They don't have disasters like sea level rising.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on there.
No, the sea level doesn't rise in
it's
California.
fine.
That's interesting.
So you would think this, but they got them the other way. The fires.
That's interesting. The world must be tilted. That must be the problem. It's tilted towards the East Coast.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I look at these pictures and I take it kind of personal because I really wanted to take. When I was on that trip, before I got married, I said to myself, if I get married, I've always had the vision that I'd get married and have children, and I thought this is the ultimate fucking family vacation. I mean, Dad's gonna love it. Mustang convertible,
Oh,
cram
yeah.
stuff in the trunk, look out the window, or no, there's no window, top down. It's California. But now
Yeah.
I see it's like gone. It looks like an atomic bomb.
I know.
Yeah.
It looks like the apocalypse.
It's
and
unbelievable.
it's so tragic.
Nothing salvageable.
So
No.
they just announced $770 a person for relief.
Oh,
Did you hear about
wow.
that? Yeah. $5.1 trillion in tax revenue is what we pay as Americans per year. And they gave $770 for relief. Now, they're dubbing it as like instant relief.
Okay.
For like necessities like medications, baby formula, and that kind of stuff. But still, it's like in the poor people in Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
They $750 they got. So at least the people in California got $20 more.
Well, the cost of living is
Yeah.
more expensive out in California.
Just crazy, isn't it? It's insane.
It's disgusting.
Well,
It is disgusting. Anyway,
See, you argue that point, but I feel like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because, all right, what's the alternative? They got nothing, and they're still waiting. Like, I need to buy a diaper for this kid who's shitting on himself now. My kid needs like insulin yesterday. Like those things. Like, yeah, you just
the alternative is not paying $5.1
Also keeps the looting down.
dollars collectively. Why we pay so much money out for taxes? Where does it go? Well, I think we all know now where
Yes.
it's going. But the point is, it should be going to the people of America who need it.
Who have been paying taxes.
Okay, I just came up with this awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, just give me some of it back.
Yeah.
Do you ever just come up with a brilliant idea, Liz, and say I should run for president?
Never.
Oh, I just did. I just did. This is what I think we should do.
All right.
The government or the state of California, this is never going to happen because governments never give back tax dollars. But to all of the property owners that lost their property, they're probably paying six figures in property taxes a year.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah. Easy.
$300,000, $400,000 a year property tax. I don't know what it costs. A shitload, right?
Sure.
At least give them the last year back. Like, you know what? We're gonna give you a refund. We were with your tax dollars. We were supposed to keep the brush.
Keep you safe.
We're supposed to do some forestry management. Instead, we were pissing the money away on other things.
Yeah.
So kind of feel bad about that. Here's a consolation.
Yeah.
That would be legit. Like that just makes
It's
common
actually
sense.
a pretty
Yeah.
good idea.
I know that's
I'm
why I
not
should be
gonna
the
lie.
president. It's like, and
Not
then
gonna
people,
lie.
and then you'll get people. Well, not 2 years. I'm like, we could play that game forever. We need to keep people going. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
fill up the gas tank, keep going forward with your lives.
I like
we
that.
we will come back. Like the helicopter with the supply has to lift out from the LZ and go back to the and then come back. Like, see, this is my hand. That's the helicopter. Oh, Charlie! That's what they used to say.
Well, as if
You went right back to numb real quick.
How could you not make a knob reference when you have a helicopter dropping into
It's real timely. I mean, as if it's not bad enough that these poor people have lost literally everything, they now have to be, potentially they'll be the victims of like price gouging, right? We're like, okay, you desperately need diapers for that baby. Well, last week you could have spent $15 on this package of diapers, but now it's $40.
Yeah.
Which is illegal to do that.
Yeah.
But, people are desperate, right? And this is such a sad commentary on our society is that there are people that look at how can I take advantage of this?
Yeah.
How can I take advantage and scam people out of money and saying, oh, this is going to go to the victims of this fire. But really, this GoFundMe is going in my back pocket.
Well, it's
Right.
no different than the politicians.
Right?
As humans, we try to be good people. I know you, Liz, and I know
Yes.
you, Evan, personally. I know that we try to be good people. I wake up and I say I want to put a smile on someone's face, maybe help someone out. Try not to, ruffle the wrong feathers.
Sure. Yeah.
And, keep my kids happy and healthy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is
Anyway, our hearts go out to, obviously, anybody
Absolutely.
affected by the wildfires. It's unimaginably tragic.
I don't know.
All right, I was shifting gears.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like we need to revisit the New Year's resolutions we discussed last week. Evan,
Okay.
Evan, how's it going?
Honest to God, I'll tell you, I I went to step on the scale. It didn't give me a reading. It just said 1 at a time.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you.
Dad jokes.
No,
Oh,
so
we
here's
need a dad joke jingle.
Yeah.
So,
Dad jokes. Me.
didn't we have one? Wasn't it like, dad joke? Didn't we have something?
I did it on the fly.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, it was a rude awakening for me this morning.
Okay.
I got on the scale. I'm feeling good now. Yesterday, I've been eating less. I've been drinking less. I've been just kind of trying to be a little bit more healthy. I'm getting my exercise with the platform tennis and doing all that stuff. So I get on the scale this morning, and I don't need to lose 20 pounds, Liz. I need to lose 33 pounds.
I told you. Didn't I say 30? I said
You
I said
did.
30 and you said I was being mean. Okay.
To get to your goal weight?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess I'm down 2 freaking pounds. I don't know.
All right.
But I'm carrying a little more than I thought I was.
You have to give the number. This is an authentic podcast.
Hey,
And
you don't have to do that.
yes,
Oh,
you
I
do.
don't give a shit.
Evan, you're a dude. Come on, step up.
You would never, maybe Rick knew.
Rick, dude.
It's like, you'd never know that I weighed 235 pounds.
You do?
235. Hold on.
Right?
No, I would never guess
Right.
that.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
I'm big boned.
Do you have a thyroid problem too?
I guess so.
Take your shirt off.
I will not.
Get the marker. You want
have
to
a
join my
tape measure?
sorority?
You have a tape measure?
Circle your fat, bitch.
Yeah. That's why I'm wearing my sweatshirt today. I'm just feeling a little bit.
So you wanted some looser clothing.
All right, but so 2 pounds and like how from like
Yeah,
what time
well,
to what
don't
time?
even.
Okay,
I'm
we won't
literally
worry about
not
that.
even
Okay.
focused about the 2 freaking pounds.
Okay.
All I'm focused on right now is I got to drop 30,
Okay.
33 technically.
But
So-
does that feel like an overwhelming goal? Like, should you just focus on like
Life is
5?
overwhelming, Liz.
Yeah, I know. It's so true.
So you're an emotional eater. It's overwhelming, and then you eat food.
Well, you know what the problem is? I don't because of real estate. I have a very chaotic schedule and day. I generally try not to eat breakfast because I'm like, that's one meal I can skip out on. And then usually it's like, so now it's like I have not eaten since dinner. We eat dinner early. So, we're eating dinner usually around 6 o'clock at night.
Okay.
That's early.
Yeah, that is early.
So then I go all night and then I don't eat breakfast in the morning. So by lunchtime, usually I'm like, oh God, I got to eat something. And I typically don't have time to go into Shaw's, make a salad, do any of that shit. So it's got to be quick. So, I am victim to the fast food occasionally. But I have tried to reduce my portions and all of that stuff, But then then dinner comes, and then once I have dinner, then I have a drink, and then I have 3 drinks, and then
Yeah, you're upside down with the
Yes.
timing.
Yeah, I
Big
would
on
say
breakfast.
I get thinking like skipping breakfast is like, oh well, I'm eliminating those calories I would take in, but what you potentially could be doing is slowing down your metabolism because you're not fueling your body. Like you can fuel it with something good, like an oat bar or something like that doesn't have a lot of calories, but it's nutrient dense. It will fill you up enough, so when you get to lunch, you're not like, I want a Big Mac.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. Well, but it's sort of like it's eating on the fly.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's the part that's difficult. Like what? And I don't know. So that's the part I'm trying to navigate. Like where do you go for like a quick meal? So the solution my wife came up with is my car has a little refrigerator in the center console.
It does.
Yeah, it's the coolest-
La-di-da, Evan.
So I've taken all the beer out and I have replaced it with nuts. So I've got little nuts.
like a squirrel. I love it.
Nuts go a long way, though.
They do. They do.
A little palm full of almonds is enough. Like that's enough fat.
Yeah.
You don't want to go
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, little snack pack.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
like
the
a little snack
packs.
pack of nuts.
Yep.
So
235. So we got to get you down. You just want to hit 200. Under 200.
My dream is to get back down to 200 or under.
Let's go 199. That's the goal.
Yeah. I mean, my ultimate goal is 195.
Okay.
That's my ultimate goal.
We're going to get you there. You're 235.
Yeah. Well, 233 according to the scale.
Okay. So that's 38 pounds.
Yeah.
38.
There is a lot of muscle under this fat, I will tell you that
Yes.
much.
And by the way, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, because I do this where I think everyone know, by the way, talk to 5 personal trainers about this subject. They all are experts. They all went through training. No offense, personal trainers. but you're all going to tell us 5 different fucking things. I
Oh,
know
for
this.
sure.
I know this. Some people are like, oh, you need to stretch and get, your muscles loosened. Other people are like, no, you don't want to be too loose. You get an injury. You want to, like, think of a rubber band. And I'm like, oh, God, everyone. I'm like, where do you get the licensure? Like in a cereal box? Because I don't think there's any like
Cracker Jacks.
standards
Yeah.
or like, how come you got, don't you read the same, I was going to say books. They don't make books anymore, right? Don't you read the same online sources or whatever?
Well, it's nice to have different opinions, and not everyone is built the same. Obviously,
And what works for you wouldn't work for your buddy. Let's
Right.
say.
But Liz,
Everyone's
you,
different.
you bring it down to the most simplest form. Exercise and eat healthy.
Eat
Yeah.
less, move more. That's
Yep.
my
I
philosophy.
mean, it really is that simple.
That's it.
Interestingly enough, and I'm not going to like force anyone's hand here, but Mike, the Minister of Misinformation's wife, is a adjunct professor in nutrition at the University of Arizona, and she's also her own. She's a nutrition, has her own practice. Kind of a shameless plug, half-assing it here because I haven't talked to Mike about it in the parameters that I could be. But she's into food and dieting and how to eat right, and also specializes in eating disorders. Mm-hmm. So she could maybe, Mike, ask your wife if she wants to,
Maybe be.
help Mike lose 40 pounds.
Help me become accountable. I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
So, and
I
then
mean,
we
just
would
having
plug,
to
we
look
would-
over at Liz makes me feel accountable. Jeez.
Yeah, you
I'm here to support you.
No, I know,
Evan.
but I feel guilty every time I look at
Why?
you. I'm
Don't-
like,
why?
Oh, because you're so in shape. God. Like, she must really think highly of my etiquette.
Liz,
It's a good thing he's funny because he's fat and funny.
Well, that's dude. You know what? When you're not at least a 7, you have to lean in on your humor. That's what
I
we
know.
did. Bump it.
Yeah, there you go. Blow that shit up.
I'm like, I'm taking her down. It ain't gonna be my looks, but I'm gonna laugh her back to the lair.
Well,
Just
one
kidding.
thing I'd be interested in Mike's wife's perspective on this. One thing
Yeah.
I tell like my kids about food choices is you need to like be very in tune with your body and think like when you eat something, how does it make your body feel? So, if you have 3 donuts in the morning and then you go off to school, like how did that make you feel by the time second period rolled around?
Yeah.
Like versus having, a bar or, a bagel or something like that. Like you need to be very, and it's hard for a kid because they just want junk all the time.
Oh,
but,
it's hard for me too.
Yeah. Like think
'Cause I'll
about
tell
how
you.
your body feels.
That double quarter pounder.
Right.
Made me feel pretty good.
In the moment.
You're
but then
damn right,
afterwards
yeah.
were you like, oh,
Well,
like my body.
yeah,
My
a couple
son
hours later.
My son's eating corn dogs for breakfast and loving it. How does
Right?
it make you feel? Awesome. Give me another one. I'm like, okay. Like,
Corn dogs.
yeah.
Well, is there like legit protein in there? I don't know.
There's processed meat. There might be something in there. That's a phone
Hello?
call.
Who's calling us?
I don't know.
I feel like we're on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Hello? Hello? Oh, they hung up. Good.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that was
Spam
no
call.
fun.
No, I know. All right, so Evan, it sounds like you are fully committed. You gotta. I think we need to work on maybe like your structure and your routine and figure out a way for it to fit in with your lifestyle.
Yeah, routine, big time.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Food journal. Dumbest
food
thing in the
journal.
world.
Yeah.
I hated it, but if you just sit down, there's even apps. What's the app that there's a good one? Go look for a food journal app.
This would be great. I'll do this.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, so now
Yeah.
you got to keep tracking. So
Everything
you go
you
on.
eat.
Yeah.
You go onto this app and you just type in your weight and your
I'm going to share
your name.
what I
Yeah.
ate this coming week. I'm going to share it with you.
All right.
We'll go day by day, and I'll share with you. I promise you, I'm going to count. I'm going to track my beer intake. I'm going to track the food intake. Anything else like that? I'm going to track it all.
We're gonna chart it week by week.
Is that right?
Oh, God.
What's your deadline? I think you can lose 3 pounds a week. So it's going to take you. Give yourself 3 months. So it's January, February, March, April, May 1. Give yourself a little. May 1. You're going to be looking. Dude, you're going to have the summer bod.
Oh,
You're going to be
damn.
looking like me by May.
I want to be buff.
Well, okay, then what? Then you need to do like the push-ups.
Yeah,
and
no.
sit-ups.
I've got a
Tone.
routine.
You want to tone up. You don't want to be buff. You're almost 50.
No, I gotta cut.
Buff 50-year-olds
I got to cut weight.
cut weight. Why you're wrestling next week?
Every day, I'm wrestling with myself every day. Anyway,
All right. Liz, what was
Yeah.
your, you didn't have any New Year's resolutions, if I recall, because
I just said I was going to laugh more. And I
Yeah.
will tell you, Dr. Lauren Beetlespacker, friend and frequent guest of the show, she and I have tickets to see Nate Bargatze in
Nice.
August. So I made one step in the right direction
I love
with my
it.
New Year's resolution.
that's something to look forward to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm psyched.
Good
so,
for you.
He's
yeah.
great.
I know.
God, guys like him, they just spit out an hour of material like every couple months.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Like,
right?
just to
Yeah.
crank that out.
So prolific.
work it out, figure it out. Okay, well that's good. Good for you.
Yeah,
So yeah, also I like that you said, I have flaws and I accept them. And that's
Yeah.
cool because you know what? Managed expectations. Yours are aggressive expectations, but they are definitely manageable. That's just a screensaver.
Oh, Jesus. Holy smokes.
Dude
I
thought,
thought we just
thought
ran
we
into
stopped recording.
critical error
No.
there.
That's
Huh.
just- we're good. We're good.
All right.
So I like yours because this is commitment. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta lock in.
Yeah.
You gotta stay focused. You're gonna need some help from your Scuttlebuds.
Yep.
And then
You have a good support system.
I think so. I
Yes.
certainly do here, and I
Yep.
do at home too.
Yep.
Excellent.
Hopefully, the listeners will chime in.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, sure. You need support. Share your story, and whatever.
All right.
And Liz, with yours, I feel like you can't rest on your laurels. You're going to a show. That's great.
Yeah,
But what are
that's
you going
just
to
one
do?
show.
You got to keep looking for the laugh all of the time.
I know. I know.
You got to.
I agree.
Got to
I
bring
agree.
some levity. When
Absolutely.
when your boss is chewing out the department for 3% loss in Q3, you gotta go. At least it wasn't 4%, motherfucker. Woo! Who's with it? Who's up top? No, okay, right.
Exactly.
I don't know. Liz, I don't work in corporate anymore. I don't know
Clearly.
if you've noticed. Wasn't my place. All right, and then with me, I was just like, keep your own side of the street clean.
Yeah.
Help each other out. I think I prefaced the show with like, hey, there's some people. Like, we're a comedy podcast, and sometimes I look online, I'm like, people are just like, whoa, life is great. I'm like, yeah, it is, but,
Not all the time. We don't need toxic positivity.
No.
No.
Like where you're
No,
like just
yeah.
like perma-grinning your way through life. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's not authentic.
No.
But I think you're hitting some of your goals, aren't you? With the comedy?
yes.
yeah, so that's
professionally speaking.
On a professional level, yeah, I want to be the 20-minute feature by my birthday.
Yeah, but look at you got a ton of gigs coming up.
I know.
I do. It's a little overwhelming. I don't want to talk about me right now. I just feel awkward. Because you know why?
That's all
Because I'm
right.
getting so much work and dates, and it's just piling up. And I'm like, I'm being taken away from actually working on the comedy.
Yeah, like I
And
feel
that's-
like you're feeling very overwhelmed right now. There's a lot of things coming at you, and the one thing you want to focus on, which would be like your writing, your performance, is being kind of muddled with like paperwork and operational things and
Yeah.
whatnot. So
Yeah.
The unfun
The
part
unfun
of
part.
comedy.
Well, it's funny
Yes.
you start doing it because it's a fun thing. You want to challenge
Yeah.
yourself. I've always wondered.
Yeah.
Then you do it, and then people start. It almost like they take over your hobby and start telling
Yeah.
you telling you where you're going to go do your hobby. And
Yep.
I need that headshot. Do your hobby,
Yeah,
And
you-
it's like now it's kind of becoming a job. But I said to Leslie, since she's been home, we don't need two stay-at-home parents, and I'm not going back to work for the man. I would never do that again. So I am the man. All right, in my world, I am the fucking man. I said I'm gonna lean into it, and in the last couple of months, I've been working on my material, going out, punching it up, and then just from that, just being around, it sort of manifested into
Yeah.
stuff. So I can't wait to actually have a. You ready for this? A social media presence?
Whoa.
Yeah, I made a Facebook. I made a Facebook group
yeah, let's plug that.
because I don't want to spam my friends. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
didn't sign up for that.
Yeah.
And I hate it when a friend hijacks my feed with their they just take on an Etsy store and now all the updates. It's like no,
Yeah. It's like the realtors when they start posting all
Yeah.
of the, accomplishments.
yeah, go put that shit on your own thing. So I did that. It's Rick Fink Jr. Comedy. You can follow that on the Facebook.
And that'll have all your dates.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Okay.
keep because I get these posters and these things. In fact, this weekend I will be playing at playing. I don't know how to say it. I will be
Performing.
Performing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be performing at the Back Bay Boathouse in Wolfboro, New Hampshire, and Chris Farley's brother will be headlining.
Yeah, dude, why did you not tell me that you were
Awesome.
going to be in Wolfboro?
Right.
I told you that the other day.
No, you didn't. You just said, oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Maybe you did.
You know what? You were too concerned with the technological glitches here. It's hard to talk. Sometimes I'm talking to you about something, like I get the but
Wolf-
I can tell his eye
Right,
contact
right.
and concentration is not
Yeah.
with his ears.
That's ADD too. But that my friend used to be a chef at the Back Bay Boathouse.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep, I know it very well.
Good place. Fun,
it's-
fun times?
yeah. So
the place to go, right?
New
That's what I've heard.
ownership, and it was when it was the whatever it was, Bayside, I think they used to call it, and now it's the Back Bay Boathouse. So it's much better. Food looks incredible. I think the scene is really good. I haven't been there. I didn't go there last summer, but I think that you're going to have a fantastic time, and it should be great.
Yeah, it's a dinner
That's
show.
awesome.
$75 for the ticket. You get dinner, then you get the stand up, and
Oh, you get dinner too?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's a fun night out.
Yeah.
That's a great date night.
These kind of shows are cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think it's gonna be a fun room. I think it's gonna be nice. Everyone's gonna. I've done these dinner shows; they're great. It's just like everyone's on a.
Everyone's out to have a good time.
Yeah.
Right?
You got to really suck to ruin this fucking experience. Here I come, Wolfbro. No, so here's an ad that was done with me in it, and I'll just play it. But this is like what I'm talking about. Like you have to be involved in. I didn't do any of this, but I had to be involved. You know.
Wolfboro, give it up for Kevin Farley.
I come from a pretty fat family. My brother was Chris Farley. I don't know if you guys remember Chris. Yeah, it's weird to be the brother of a famous guy. You know, it's a weird club to be in. You know, it's like me and Roger Clinton and some of the Baldwin brothers. You know.
Hey gang, Kev Farley. I'm gonna be in Lake Winnipesaukee at the Back Bay Boathouse. 2 shows, January 17th, January 18th. Shows start at 7. Tickets are going fast. I'll be with Stephen Wheeler, Rick Fink, and Matt Plant.
Reservations for this dinner comedy show can be made by calling the Back Bay Boathouse, 603-515-1002. Sponsored by the Back Bay Boathouse, Heckman's Flooring, Water's Edge Salon, Lake Wentworth Inn, and Power Plant Comedy.
It's gonna be a good time. Come on out.
Oh, that was
That's
awesome.
So
Live free or
exciting.
die.
Yes.
Live free or die, baby.
All right, get your tickets, Scuttlebuzz.
Yeah,
before
but
they
not
sell
for
out.
Friday's sold out,
Oh, nice.
and there's only a few left for Saturday.
All right.
Oh, that's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like it's a guy from Hollywood. So
Yeah.
So you just the name of the game is first of all. Barrier of entry, you have to be funny. You have to be
Yes.
this funny to get in. Okay. So if you meet that threshold, right? If
Yeah.
you're that funny, you can play. Now, are you cool or are you an asshole?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're if you're a nice guy, are you like a weirdo? Like you can be funny on stage and a fucking freak
Yeah.
Right.
in the green room. Like, what is he doing? Like, what a weirdo. Like so yeah, just be cool.
Yeah,
be
be
friendly.
normal.
Be supportive.
That's awesome,
Upbeat.
man. It's so cool.
And just be a good. I could do that. I mean, I'm a chameleon. I can be a dick. You want to see a dick? I can be a dick. You want to see a romance, a romantic. You want to see the Romeo in me come out?
Not really.
No, I don't even know what
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, so it's fun.
Very cool.
All right, what's
Have
the
you,
Facebook group page again? Plug it for the fans.
Rick Fink Jr. Comedy, and that's JR.
dude, the page looks awesome, by the way.
You know what?
You did a great job.
Can I do a real quick question?
Yeah.
So we did those headshots, and the guy, Jeff Zanella, the photographer, remember he was like, "Oh, just do some poses," and all of those stand-up comic poses are always the same, like that.
I know,
you know?
like a little trying to be quirky, but it
Yeah,
looks super
it
lame.
looks like an '80s comedy
Yes.
VHS cover.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
all really
Yes.
dumb, And why do they have to follow that formula? So I was just gonna say, just take my picture and I'll smile, or I won't
Yeah.
smile. But then I did do a thing where I can't raise that. How do you raise that eyebrow? There, that's a skill. And you
Yeah.
look at that. That's
That's how you know I need Botox, though. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like it's moving way too freely. Like,
But at least you know it moves.
Can you show the camera how
Oh, yeah.
good? There you go. See, I can't do that. So I just did a picture like this. I thought it was clever. Then when my buddy says, "What's up with the headshot?" I don't get it. I wrote.
It's a middle finger, isn't
No,
it?
it's my index finger.
Are you sure?
Yes, it is. I'm going like this. So I wrote, okay. And he says, all right, nice conversation. I said, imagine for a second, if you will, a man who wants to raise only one eyebrow but has not trained the facial muscles to do so. He goes, oh, ha, okay, it's funny. And my wife was like, yeah, I don't know. If you have to explain it. I'm like, you know what? This is my litmus test. If you find that funny, then come on in. If you're an
Right.
idiot, if you didn't see the humor in that, because it's gold. No, it's
Very subliminal, though.
well,
Yes.
the thing is, maybe it's not funny. That's the thing. So I might take it out.
Well, it's very funny now that you've explained it.
Should I explain it in the thing? Like,
I still swear to God, I think it's your middle finger. Take a look.
yeah. Well,
When
I
we
have
have a
another
chance.
headshot, so now I'm asking my little group of friends, like, which one should I put up? And now they're showing me all kinds of ones that they took of me in my Speedo at beach house this summer, which will never make it on the internet. Yeah. So anyway, that's my thing.
Nice.
All right. Nice.
Enough about me. Liz, do you want to talk about all of our mistakes? From
I would love to
Ah.
because
Yeah.
we're flawed individuals. All right, I'm gonna have to take these off because I need to wear my glasses.
Yeah, sure. We'll do the listening for you.
All right. From Mike, our Minister of Misinformation. Happy New Year, Rick, Liz, and Evan. Hope you guys had a great holiday and are recharged to provide fantastic, incorrect content for 2025. Always. I am at the ready to provide the freshest corrections to this content. Liz, my birthday is April 8th, 2 days before yours. Oh, Aries in the house. If you need fact checking during April, which was officially declared Tell It Like It Is month, send out the STS signal. Like the Maytag repairman, I will be out of work because your takes are always precise. Aw, thanks, Mike. Rick was correct regarding U.S. residents who shoot at drones will face criminal charges. The FAA ruled that shooting a drone constitutes a federal crime. They elaborated that an unmanned aircraft that is struck by gunfire could crash and cause damage to property on the ground or injure someone. Okay. You guys also discussed National Quit Day, which is the second Friday of the new year. So we're creeping up on that, right?
I
Yeah?
think so.
Oh, no.
No?
I think we're creeping up on the 3rd. I don't know. Someone look at a calendar.
I'm looking at the calendar as we speak.
There is another group of people, gym rats, who detest resolutionaries because they have a weak constitution. I am one of those people that detest resolutionaries. They add fitness to their New Year's resolutions, according to a survey conducted by Health and Fitness. These short-termers show up in force during the month of January. It is a windfall for gyms and a nightmare for fitness buffs. I have to wonder, Mike, side note, could you look into, for these people that sign up for gym memberships in January, which they get charged a monthly fee for, how many actually go in and cancel the membership, or do they just suck up the $150 a month so they can say they belong to a gym even though they never go? I'd really like to get into that a little bit more.
They have the intention.
Yeah, every month.
Every month they see that bill on their credit card statement.
Oh, God, that's right. I got to go to the gym.
All right, and Mike has some encouragement for you. Evan,
all
stick
right.
to that weight loss goal and don't be a resolutionary. You got this.
Okay, I feel it.
Unfortunately, Mark Zuckerberg has issued Order 66 against all fact checkers this year. I must head to the fact checker Underground Railroad to avoid detection in this email on short notice. Best regards, Mike from Mesa, Minister of Misinformation. All right, this might have to self-destruct since fact checkers are no
burn
longer
it.
allowed anymore.
Burn it.
So thank you, Mike, as always.
Yeah, Michael, thanks. And now we, in addition, we expect your wife to jump in on the
Help Evan parade.
the Evan weight loss train.
Yes.
Hey.
You got a real good support group going
I do.
here, Evan.
I do. And
Team Evan.
I do feel the fact that I have to report each week, I feel like that's going to help, you
Yep.
know.
I'm
but you
bringing
know-
a scale down here. We're going to bring
Oh.
a scale from upstairs.
I
We'll
don't
get you
know.
on
Please.
it.
Bring it. Bring it on.
And you have to, do it like on The Biggest Loser where you walk out like in your bathing suit.
Yeah, you can't weigh yourself with all your clothes on.
Yeah,
'cause
you
that
have
adds,
to
like,
you have to take your
3
clothes
pounds.
off.
Yeah.
What's it going to take to get your clothes off in my studio?
Oh, God.
Just kidding.
You want to see that after I lose the weight. I would do that. I'll do that. If I hit my goal, I'm sorry.
You don't have to.
When I hit my goal.
That's right.
When I hit my goal, I will walk into this room almost naked.
All right.
Wow, I can't
Speedo?
wait. Okay.
I don't know. I might have to borrow a sock or something. I don't want to lose all the weight. You know?
Okay.
My birthday is April 3rd, by the way.
Get
So
out.
I'm an Aries as well.
All right.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Damn.
What? 3 Aries?
3.
Are
That's
Aries is
crazy.
Aries compatible with Geminis?
I don't know. I don't know enough about astrology.
I dated a Gemini.
Yeah.
and that obviously didn't work out because I'm
Actually,
assuming it's not
I was
your wife.
It was before my wife. It was the young lady that I was with longer than anyone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we actually got along great.
Why didn't you marry her?
We were too young.
Okay.
Too young. Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
about it. Too young.
It's like, that's all I want to say on the
Yeah.
matter.
She was great, though.
In what category?
All categories. She was awesome. She was a great person. Yeah, but yeah, you know.
Where'd you meet her?
Met her at a friend's house.
Does your wife know about her?
I mean, it's like just one of the many, you know.
Right. When you
To
have
my
that
wife,
But
it's
does-
just that.
conversation, yeah.
Just another notch on the bedpost.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
like
it was
you're cycling through these.
It was a deep notch. Listen, dude, when I was single, I mean, I was single, you know. So,
How many years was it between that relationship and you meeting your wife?
let's see. We broke up when I was 22.
Oh, you were young.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we started dating again briefly, like some years later. And then, but it was just kind of like it was sort of like she was a buddy.
Yeah,
you know?
I
She's a
know.
buddy.
I know those kind of
Yeah,
buddies.
she was a buddy.
Yeah.
So and then I went through, you know, that it wasn't going to work or whatever. She had a kid at that point. And then we ended up going anyway.
You're listening to Love with Evan.
Right?
I mean, I'll get into it if you want.
It's like Love Line with Adam Carolla and Dr.
Yeah.
Drew.
But then the dating sites were too much fun, you know.
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
It was like unbelievable. So eHarmony was the best. So that's where I met my wife.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, met my wife
Aw.
through eHarmony. And because it was supposed to be legitimate, like Match.com and all the other ones were kind of like, it was like they have fake models up there.
Oh,
and
okay.
it was thirst traps, basically, you know, so just to keep the membership going. Anyway, so I go on to eHarmony. The beautiful thing about eHarmony was that, you know, most of the women that were on there took the dating site very seriously, right? So you kind of go into each date with this presumed expectation of legitimacy, but I was like, this is like, they all just, yeah. I mean, it was kind of, it was.
They're
fun.
at a cocktail party and you're at the bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like that's the mentality. They're looking for, you know, they're at the country club.
Oh, boy.
You know, in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Having a cocktail, mingling.
And most of these women,
If you're pounding.
were they totally single? Had they been married before or?
Never
married.
It was a fairly diverse collection.
Okay.
And the one thing I'll say is that the majority of the women on eHarmony, and again, this is going back. I mean, I met my wife 12 years ago. 12 years ago. So this is, you know, it's a long time ago. So, but the quality of the women professionally was a lot better. You know, teachers, nurses, you know, and that kind of thing. So
Gotcha.
yeah. But it was like an easy in because they just, you know, they think you're there for like a long-term committed relationship.
Fools.
But well, I might just be I mean, I could have been an exception to the rule. I don't know. But most of my relationships would last either like 2 dates. I
Yep.
always give them a second chance.
Yeah.
2 dates, 2 months, or, you know, 2 years in some cases. And then I finally met my wife. Yeah. And we're
The
going
love
on.
story.
Wow, that's so romantic.
It is.
How long did you guys date before you got engaged?
Oh Jesus. Probably. Oh God, how long? I guess it was. We probably moved in together after 6 months, and then I think it was about 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that was a good long time. You know, we got to kind of feel each other out. We moved in together. You know, that was so 6 months after once we moved in together. I guess. Yeah.
Nice.
And the marriage is still going well?
I mean, so far so good.
All
I
right,
think.
well, this story's going nowhere.
I know. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Let's do ads.
If it's going south, I don't know about it.
Let's do ads.
All right.
Okay. I have 3 ads for us today. We have Perez Martial Arts. We have Winslow Design. And we also have APC Pest.
Fantastic.
Thank you for laying those out for us. Now we know what we're listening for. Now we
Okay.
can actively listen.
All right. Now, it just kind of the way that these all went. I did the ad and then I kind of did the voice and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like so and so. So the last one I really don't have. It's like my own character. I don't really
okay.
have like you can name the character after I do that one, but this one I think should be somewhat obvious. So here we go. Okay?
So no hints?
Well, yeah. Well, like, what's the category?
Yeah, what's the category?
Perez Martial Arts.
No.
No,
like
that's the client.
that's the
I
client.
know, but that's the category too. All right.
I'm not getting
I
it.
know. I don't. Just go with
Just
it.
listen.
All
Just listen. All right. Cue dramatic action music. Do you want to become unstoppable? Right. Take it down a notch. Take it down a notch. Right. Do you want to become unstoppable? Do you want to learn the secret moves of the ancient masters? Well, my friends, at Perez Martial Arts Medfield, you will learn to kick, punch, and destroy your insecurities. I remember my first class at Perez. I walked in as a regular person and walked out as a legend. Okay, sure, I tripped over a mat and accidentally bowed to a coat rack, but that's not the point. Perez Martial Arts is the real deal. They teach kids, adults, even parents, who think their glory days are behind them. Newsflash, they're not. You'll gain discipline, confidence, and maybe even the ability to break boards with your face. Though don't try that at home. And here's the kicker. You have no excuses unless you're scared of becoming awesome. Call Perez Martial Arts today, 508-203-1777, or visit PerezMartialArts.com and tell them the legend sent you.
4-leaf tayback. Tropic Thunder. Nick Nolte.
Oh, no.
Wait,
Oh, that's a good one.
That is pretty good.
that was good. I was just gonna go with Sean Connery.
Oh. No, that was a Batman.
Oh, okay.
Batman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. That was Batman. Batman did the martial arts.
I had to look this guy up. I'm like, who is... Yes, 4-leaf tayback. Remember? From Tropic Thunder?
Love that movie.
He was the guy that... Oh. That movie is so... I love a movie that just crosses the line. Like,
Yes.
really,
It's so
really
good.
Yes.
I'm the dude playing the dude dressed up like another dude.
And then the whole Simple Jack thing.
Yes.
Oh, gosh, how does that survive the test of time?
I don't know that it does.
Ben Stiller didn't get canceled for
No.
going. You have to see the movie. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
All right, here's another one. This is another movie character. Okay.
Okay.
Listen closely. I don't have much time. They could be listening. Who? The bugs, the pests, the invaders. I know it. They're everywhere. Did you know that ants can communicate with each other through chemical signals? That's right. They're plotting. And mice? Oh, they're practically running their own secret government. But don't worry, because APC Pest Termite Control in Medfield is onto them. APC doesn't just remove bugs, they eliminate the threat. They've got state-of-the-art technology, expert technicians, and zero tolerance for freeloading pests in your home. They're safe, effective, and ready to fight the good fight. Don't let the infestation win. Call APC Pest and Termite Control today, 508-359-7563, or visit apcpest.com before it's too late. But seriously, call them now. The spiders are watching. It's not my best.
I know it.
I don't know. You go first.
That's Dr. Emmett Brown.
Is it from Back to the Future?
You
Yeah.
damn
That's, okay,
skippy
that's
hippie.
what I was
Wow,
going to say, too.
yeah, all right.
I
All right.
said...
Very good, Evan.
All right.
You might have heard me whisper, I think I know this one.
Yeah.
About
well,
a minute into it, and it's like, yeah.
So that was good enough where you knew
Yes.
it. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a great Scott.
Great
Scott. Great Scott. 1.21 gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts.
Oh, God, he's...
Yeah, that was good, Evan.
21 gigawatts. Marty.
You're good. You just naturally have that ear,
Yes.
right? Like,
yeah.
Okay. Good. So, apcpest.com.
Yes. All right. Winslow design. Now, this is just a character. I just couldn't find some character that went with it.
So we're not guessing this?
This is not a guess. This
Okay.
is just like kind of like my own character.
Okay.
Describe the character as you know,
Okay.
come up with a name and a
Yes.
profile.
Darling, let's talk about your home. Your current situation, I've seen it. And let me be honest, it's a disaster. That kitchen, tragic. Your living room, it's screaming for a makeover. And don't get me started on the bathroom. But fret not, because Winslow Design in Medfield is here to transform your humble abode into a masterpiece. Winslow doesn't just design spaces, they curate experiences. We're talking about a home that tells a story. A home that whispers, I'm fabulous, every time someone walks through the door. Whether it's a custom-built dream house or an office space that says, I mean business, Winslow makes it happen with elegance, style, and just the right amount of drama. Call Winslow Design at 607-592-3677 or visit winslowdesign.net. Let's create something extraordinary. Because, darling, you deserve nothing less.
I love it.
Ah!
Philip, the elite British interior designer.
Oh, Philippe. Philippe. I like Philippe. All right. Philippe.
That's a new character, Evan.
I love it.
All right.
Philippe.
So you have to bring the snobbery. All right.
Yeah.
I was thinking you sounded like Bill Maher's gay brother.
Bill Maher's gay brother. Does he have a gay brother?
No.
Oh, all right. Oh.
Well, he does now. It's you.
Oh, boy, he does have that sort of air of snobbiness, doesn't
Yes.
Yeah.
Superiority, if you will.
Yeah. But he backs it up with a high IQ and
Yes.
quick wit.
Yeah.
I used to
Alright,
hate
for
the
sure.
guy for that
I-
smugness.
Same, but now I've turned the corner 180 degrees.
Yeah. I'm like he backs the smugness up.
he? So
Yep.
what is it? Pierre?
Philip.
Philippe. Philippe.
No, Philippe is French.
French.
So Philip.
Philip? Is it Philip?
Philip.
Okay. Philip. All right. So if people want to hear more of Philip, then they should leave a comment on our thing.
Yes.
That would be nice.
By the way, those messages are kind of piling up. I have to go through those.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
next
next
week,
week.
next
Let's
week
do it
we're
next
gonna
week.
read.
All right.
We're gonna read messages. So if you, some people I didn't respond to because we're gonna do it on the air. Go ahead.
Okay.
Another one.
No, that was it. That was 3.
Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah, 3 awesome
Well
sponsors.
done.
Thank you. You know, maybe what will end up happening here is people will like find a character or a voice that they like, and then I can kind of
Lean into it.
lean into it a little bit
Yeah.
more. That might
I
be
love
fun.
that.
Okay. You like Philip?
Philip. He has an extensive collection of Hermes scarves.
I love it.
All right, can I share my brush with fame story from last week?
Oh God.
Well,
Yeah.
why
Your
don't we
date
lead
with
with
5
this?
guys?
What level? What level of fame are we talking? A-lister?
So, well, I'll let you decide. We're different genders, so you might have a different perspective. But for all of our Gen X listeners, you should remember, unless you're Evan, the 90s TV show Party of Five, which ran from 1994 to 2000. The premise of the show was we're 5 siblings. The first episode opens with their parents getting killed in a drunk driving accident. And so now the eldest brother is responsible for keeping the family together. So it starred Matthew Fox, who went on to Lost fame, the TV show Lost, Scott Wolf, Nev Campbell of Scream.
Remember Nev?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lacey Chabert, who has since become a Hallmark Christmas movie darling.
Oh, okay.
And then some random baby. So Scott Wolf, who played Bailey, was literally the heartthrob of any high schooler, early college, probably had poster of him on, your bedroom wall, your dorm room wall. So he is starring in a new Fox TV show called Doc. My friend Christy sells media for Fox TV. They were hosting an event featuring Scott Wolf, a whole like meet and greet luncheon thing last Friday at their studios in Dedham.
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
All right.
He
Yeah.
has good hair. Nice hair.
His excellent hair.
Yeah, I'm
which I
jealous.
told him my husband would be jealous of your hair. So they did a screening of the second episode of the show, and then a meet and greet with him and whatnot. He could not have been more gracious, you guys. Like so lovely. Like if you were on the sidelines of Charlie's soccer game and you met him, you'd be like, oh, this is a cool dude I can totally hang out with.
Yeah.
He was so nice. Like we went and took a picture with him. And I said, oh, I understand that you were born in the Boston area. Whereabouts? And he said, oh, Newton. I said, oh, my parents grew up in Newton. He goes, oh, where? And I was like, the fuck? And I was so caught off guard that he asked a question that I forgot where my parents grew up for a minute. And then I recovered. And he's like, oh, when I was 5, we moved to New Jersey. And my friend Karen was like, oh, I grew up in New Jersey. He's like, whereabouts? Like he was a very normal conversational guy. He could not have been more gracious. This was a room full of thirsty middle-aged women, you guys.
Wow.
Like to the point where I'm like, this poor guy. Like I think he just wants to get out of here, But he was so lovely, answered all these questions while we were having lunch and was just really cool, talked about how he got into acting. And someone asked him a question like, when you were kind of coming up, who was the actor that always got the same scripts as you, like your arch nemesis? You know, like you would
interesting.
always get the same scripts. And he's like, it's really funny you asked that because this particular actor went on more of the comedy route and I went more of the serious route. He goes, but when I was coming up, Paul Rudd and I used to get the same scripts.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of funny. So anyway, it was very cool to meet a celebrity that literally was talking to everybody like we're equals and I'm just as interested in you as you are with me. So,
That's so
you know,
cool.
like usually you just hear about people that you really like being dicks or whatever. But he, you know, like we couldn't even figure out, like, does he have like a handler here with him? Because he's just sort of milling about and whatever. Is anyone taking care of him? Because he was just so unassuming.
Yeah.
And just really
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
That's the right way to interact with a celebrity in a setting where it's, you know, preset, organized.
Yeah.
And he's there knowing that he's going to mingle. It's
Yes.
he doesn't have to be like that at the restaurant. You know, when people come
Right.
up, and that's when people go, "Oh, he was such a dick." I'm like, because he was about to propose to his girlfriend,
he's
and you
having
got
dinner
in
with his
there
wife,
and
yeah.
photobombed and made it about you. So
Yeah.
but that's cool. That
It
these
was
people
cool.
are just normal. Like 10 years ago, or I mean, you know, like 30 years ago, they were nerds in high school like us, right? Or you know, that first job out of college. I mean, everyone's got that start from somewhere.
Exactly.
Kind of thing, right?
And that's kind of what he was saying. Like he just sort of took a chance and, you know, this was something he was interested in and he was going to figure out if he could make it work. It's not like he was born into it. His dad was like an accountant or something like that. So, you know, so yeah, it was cool.
Well, the Newton connection is really cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So that was funny.
No, I didn't tell you this, but I actually ran into him too in Dunkin' Donuts.
it.
Yeah, no, I did, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "My one of my co-hosts was said she ran into you," and I was like, "How's it feel to be back?" He's like, "Oh man, it is great, but I tell you, I'm a little disappointed." I said, "Why? What's going on?" He said, "Well, I went over to Elm Bank to go sledding, and the hill that I historically grew up with." Just looking for a little nostalgia, and
We probably would have made an exception for Scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
yeah. He walks through the sunflowers like
Exactly.
Jesus.
They just part for him, like, welcome, Scott. You and your wonderful head of hair have carte blanche here.
It's called Scott Wolf Hill.
All right, so that's all I wanted to share.
Oh, that's awesome. Brushes with Fame is exciting.
Yeah, especially when it's like a positive encounter.
Totally,
you know?
that's awesome.
It's funny that as an adult, you see that face in the flesh, and you still get that. Does your brain like do a calibration
Yes.
adjustment like
Yeah.
that? That's not a talking head on a television. That's actually a real, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
I used to get that when I was a kid. First baseball game I went to, I'm like, oh my god, Wade Boggs is a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really fucking. That's Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
He is fucking huge. Like that
Yep.
guy is 12 feet tall. Like, you know.
Totally.
Fenway Park is tiny. Like those sorts of things that you didn't realize.
Yeah, they seem larger than life. When
Yeah,
you're there in
and then
person.
you meet them. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
You ever meet anyone cool?
I've met a lot of cool people.
Well, we don't have time to hear them all because we're at the 52-minute mark. So
I met
the coolest one.
I met Ray Allen in
Ooh,
person.
that's
All
awesome.
right.
Yeah, that was
All
pretty
right.
cool.
I'll
I
take
would
that.
love that.
When he was playing with the Celtics, he was looking for a tea time, and I was working at Wayland Country Club at the time, and it was like his handler or whatever. And they're like, "Yeah, I've got Ray Allen. He's looking to get out for 18 holes." He's like, "Do you have any openings?" And I was like, "No, but if it's Ray Allen, I'll make an exception."
Right.
So anyway, I got Ray Allen there. He shows up as a single and just totally because he's he's just looking to play.
Okay.
And just totally screwed up all of the tea times for the morning, right?
I mean, I would. That's okay. It's Ray Allen.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I
Yeah.
said. I'm like, yeah, it's Ray Allen,
It's
right?
Ray Allen. He's earned it.
And
it's that black privilege. Where did I get some of that?
so anyway, after the round, he came in and we were like shooting the shit about golf clubs and stuff like that. So he was cool. He was pretty
That's neat.
pretty chill. Yeah, that's one of them. I have
That's a
many
good one.
others.
Right. Well, we'll save that for next week then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good for you. Nice job. Thanks for sharing.
All right. We ready to wrap things up?
Yeah, go for it. Let's,
All right,
take it out of here.
Scuttlebuds. All right. If you like what you hear, please rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you would like to become an official part of Team Evan
Ooh.
and join us on supporting him and his weight loss journey, send us an email, smalltownscuttlebutt@gmail.com, and follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, @smalltownscuttlebutt. See ya.
I carry the weight so you don't have to.